Welcome everybody. I'm here for Choice Home Mortgage. Thanks for checking out our channel where we talk all things about home buying, lending, and credit with industry experts. Today we're talking to Loan Officer Esther Buede, who will be telling us everything we need to know about refinancing your mortgage. Hi Esther.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
What is a mortgage refinance?
Well, it basically is changing your terms on your loan for your mortgage. So take that in a nutshell. Basically, that's the simplest as terms as you can say it.
What type of terms do people usually find in a mortgage? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, you can shorten your term if your goal is to pay off the mortgage, within a certain amount of time. Maybe you want to, it really comes down to your goal. But I would say shortening your term, lowering your monthly payment if you're going into retirement. Sometimes maybe you want to refinance into a home equity conversion mortgage, another name for like a reverse mortgage if you're going into retirement or you're at a certain age where you don't have the funds on a fixed income to make a mortgage payment. So those are basically kind of like what a lot of people do. Shortening your term, lowering your monthly payment, paying smaller interest, maybe getting cash out because you're doing something with your equity, things like that.
So lots of different reasons for why people would want to refinance their mortgage depending on where they're at in their lives.
Yeah, and what their goal is with it, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what sort of credit requirements do you have to refinance your mortgage?
That's a good question. It varies, so it depends on the product type. I would say typically in a nutshell, 680 and above for most approvals. If we're talking about anything below a 680, yes, there's options and there's products. We've got FHA who has less strict requirements. It also depends upon your loan amount. Those things are very big indicators of what your credit score will allow or approve. But as a wholesale lender at Choice Home Mortgage, we have tons of different products. So let's say even if you have a 580, there's a chance we could get you something.
Oh, that's great.
So it just really boils down to, I need your paperwork, first of all, so I can see where I could take you if I could get you approved.
That sounds great. So we talked about credit requirements. Now, are there financial requirements that people need to have in order to refinance their mortgage?
It's funny you say that. Depends on the loan product.
Okay.
So if you're going conventional, conventional has their own guidelines, right? So those are, if you're a W-2 wage earner, you need your W-2s, your pay stubs, your bank statements that show your deposits of your income. Now, if you're retired, you would need your retired income showing your deposits of your income in your bank statement. If you get pension or your Social Security, you have to provide proof of that financial, right? Now there's other products out there that we also have where there's no income. So you don't have to provide any income, basically.
So it sounds like it really depends on the person and what their
your
financial credit package looks like and what their goal is.
Yeah,
So
and if we can get there. So our goal is to help create a good story to the bank that we're going to take you to. And your application, everything is set up to where, because we have experience working with them, we know what they're looking for. So we get those requirements and things from you as the borrower to then, present you to the bank.
Now you talked about a story. I'm going to imagine that documentation is required. What sorts of documentation? Just a quick rundown or a brief rundown, if you will.
Standard mortgage statement, home insurance showing that the property is insured. If you have a homeowners association, they're going to hit you with that debt load if you pay like a due. And then your standard financial documents, whatever that is. If you're self-employed, you would have your tax returns. Those are standard, and then the same documents that I was just talking about. But if you were talking about doing a bank statement program, those financial documents would obviously be your bank statements on top of the mortgage statement and insurance for each property that you have. Now, if we're doing something that requires no income, then we would have no income. It would literally just be your mortgage statement and your home insurance, and we would have to have a credit report. Those would be the documents.
Great. So if you were to give any tips to our audience who are watching in terms of refinancing their mortgage, what would you suggest?
My best suggestion is pick somebody that has your back. Somebody that you trust, that could be your, trusted advisor of sorts. Like when you go to the bank, you go in and you put all your income there at the bank. You choose the bank that you want to go with that has good reviews, or maybe they word of referral or something, right? And it's the same thing like if you're going to open up like a retirement account. You want to have a trusted financial advisor. The same thing applies with mortgage. I mean, this is your biggest investment for most people. It's your retirement plan. You're paying all this money into your mortgage for all these years, and then what are you going to do with it? So you want to make sure that you choose somebody that will help you see your goal and your intention in mind, that also has your back and that wants to help you achieve even beyond just this one transaction. Because, you could come to a point of where you're going to sell it. Maybe, you can call your financial person that you've chosen, hope it's us, and then, we help you with maybe even your kids, your grandkids, all your family. You want to have that one trusted source.
So it looks like it's very relationship driven is what you're saying.
100%. Yeah.
Absolutely. So what sort of costs can be expected from refinancing?
Well, you're going to always have third-party costs, and it also depends which rate you go with. So normally, in best case scenario, you're going to have a range of rate options. Some that are going to have what's called buy down, what people consider of paying points. So you'll pay to buy it down further to pay less interest. Basically, it's paying your interest rate or your interest up front is basically kind of how it boils down to. But it depends what your goal is too. So the third-party closing costs are always standard. There's always title, escrow, you have a notary fee. If an appraisal is needed, those are your third-party fees. Those are included in every loan. So whether you don't pay for them and the lender pays for them, that means you're just getting a higher interest rate.
Great. All good to know. All good to know to prepare for our refinancing. Now, briefly, are there any downsides to refinancing that you can share with us?
What comes to mind? Yeah. Choosing the wrong lender. Choosing the wrong person to work for you. I mean, I hear horror stories sometimes from clients that call us. They've had their loan with another company for 3 months or 6 months, I've heard sometimes, and nothing's gone anywhere. And they're stuck because a lot of these companies out there, people don't know. They hear these names on the radio and they think, oh, well, they're advertising, they must be good. No. You really want to have somebody that knows what they're doing and they're not just throwing something up against the wall and hoping that it sticks. And in this industry, there's a lot of that. So, just choose the right person, the right company. Again, comes down to the relationship. So somebody that you trust that would help you. And at Choice Home Mortgage, if you look at our reviews, we're 5-star rated. We really care about the customer service part of it and their experience. We're here to fight for you, That's really our mentality. So that's the only thing that I could really say when it comes to the downside. Bad person holding your loan.
Well, we certainly don't want that, and it's really great to have this type of advice and this type of knowledge and this type of breakdown of the industry for people who don't know, so that we can help educate you. Any lasting, any last thoughts that you'd like to leave with the audience?
Hey, if you want an expert, somebody that cares about what your goal is and what you're looking and hoping to achieve, all of us here at Choice Home Mortgage have your back, and we'll do everything we can to hopefully find you the right bank that'll take you on, and we can actually get your loan funded through. And we've got our own team of experts, lots of experience to get you from point A to point B to point C, which is funding. So we get you through processing and all of the hurdles that sometimes you have to go through, but we try to make it as easy as possible. But if it makes it past our desk, this is what we always say, if it makes it past our desk, it's probably going to fund.
Wonderful.
So.
Great to know. Thanks so much, Esther.
Yeah, thanks.
If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel or leave any questions or comments down below. We'll be bringing you more and more content to help you along the process of purchasing or refinancing your home. Thank you for watching. We're here to help you make the right choice.